Brandon Marsh hit a homer in the 7th to break up the shutout. Rangel came out of the bullpen and gave us 5 innings of one-run ball. Those are the 2 things I want you to hold on tonight, Philadelphia, because the rest of it was a wet, quiet 4-1.
Rain delay to start, a bullpen game by design, and a Washington lefty named Foster Griffin, who had all 9 of his strikeouts working. Some nights the script is written before you get to the park, Jack. This was one of them.
The script was written, and we read our lines. All right. Let's go through it like grown-ups.
Time, take a look! With good old Captain Jack! Captain!
Good evening, Philadelphia. We are coming to you from the road from Nationals Park, where the Phillies opened a series with the Washington Nationals and dropped the first one 4-1. It rained. We waited. We ran a bullpen game, and Foster Griffin shut us down for 7 1/3. 1 run. A Brandon Marsh homer in the 7th, and that was the whole offense.
It really was the whole offense, Jack. 5 hits on the night. Harper had 2 of them. Marchand had 1. Derek Hill had a double, and Marsh had the homer. That's the list. Griffin came in throwing 88, 90, a lot of cutters and sweepers, and we kept rolling it over to the left side. 9 punch-outs for a guy most of Philadelphia couldn't pick out of a lineup this morning.
Couldn't pick him out of a lineup, and he owned us for an evening. That's baseball in June. Look, the inbox is open, even on a loss, especially on a loss. That's Jack at thecaptainjackshow.com. Tell me Rangel earned a longer look. Tell me you're not worried. Lie to me if you have to. Kevin, you want to say hello?
Hey everybody, Kevin here in the booth. Phones are lit up even after a loss, which tells you everything about this town. I've got Carmine in North Philly up first.
Of course you do. Carmine never misses a loss. Put him on.
Cap, I gotta ask you one question, and I want a straight answer. Who is Foster Griffin? Who is this man? I've been watching baseball my whole life, and I never heard this name until tonight, and now he's got 9 strikeouts against the Philadelphia Phillies.
Carmine, I had to look him up myself. A journeyman lefty having the night of his year against us.
The night of his year! Against us! That's what kills me, Cap. We make a fella like that look like a Cy Young winner. 88 miles an hour, and we're swinging at it like it's coming out of a cannon. Turner punches out twice. Schwarber punches out twice, and I'm at home yelling at a man I'd never heard of.
It happens more than people want to admit, Carmine. The soft-tossing lefty you've never seen is exactly the guy who beats you because there's no book on him and the timing's all wrong. Doesn't make it feel better. It just makes it ordinary.
Ordinary. I hate ordinary, Craig. I want my money back from ordinary.
Nobody's refunding tonight, Carmine, but I hear you. Hang in there.
Hi, Jack. Jen in Center City. So I'm not going to sit here and panic about a bullpen game we lost by 3. That's a waste of a phone call. I want to talk about the actual good thing, which is Rangel.
Now we're talking. Tell me about Rangel.
5 innings, 1 run, 4 strikeouts out of the bullpen with basically no notice. That's not a mop-up line, Jack. That's a starter's line. And here's where I go with it. If this rotation's got a soft spot, and it does, why isn't this the audition? You just watch the man do the job. I'm projecting him into a June start by the end of the month.
I'll pump the brakes a quarter turn, Jen. 1 good outing in long relief is a reason to look, not a reason to pencil him in. But you're right that it was the most encouraging thing in the box score, and it's not close.
A quarter turn, fine, Craig. I'll allow it. But you heard yourself. Most encouraging thing in the box score. That's a starter waiting to happen, and I called it on a Monday.
Jen plants the flag on Rangel. I like the conviction. We'll see if the man gets the ball.
Hello, dear. It's Dolores in Manayunk. I'm not upset. I want you to know that first. I'm very calm tonight.
Oh, calm Dolores is the one that scares me. What did you see?
2 double plays, sweetheart. Alec hit into 2 of them. 1 in the 6th, 1 more in the 9th. And I want you to think about what that means. A team that hits into 2 double plays on a night, it loses by 3, isn't unlucky, dear. It's a team that stopped moving its feet. The rallies don't die loud. They die quiet, into an infielder's glove.
That's a bleak way to read a box score, Dolores, but I won't tell you it's wrong. 2 double plays will end 2 of your innings before they start.
They die quiet, Craig. That's all I came to say. I'll let you boys get back to it.
Dolores hangs up and leaves the room a little colder than she found it. That's a gift in its way.
Here's where the night actually sits, Jack. We're 42 and 36. Second in the East, 7 back of Atlanta. And that's a mountain we're not climbing this month. But the part that matters, we're still a game and a half up for the second wild card. We didn't lose ground we can't afford. The Marlins lost tonight too, so the cushion held even on a bad night.
The cushion held. I'll take a held cushion on a night like this. What about the team right behind us in our own division, Craig?
That's the Nationals, and that's the needle tonight. They're 41 and 38 now, a game and a half back of us. They came in chasing and they took game 1. You don't want a team that's hunting you to feel good walking off the field. They do tonight.
That's the one that stings. Not the loss, the who. One housekeeping note from the umpires, because the robot was busy. 7 challenges, 4 of them overturned, and the Phillies went 3 for 3 on the automated strike zone reviews. Players asked the machine to check Jeremy Rehak's calls, and 3 times the machine sided with us. So the system did its job. We just couldn't hit Foster Griffin while it was doing it.
Winning the challenges and losing the game. There's a sentence for the season some nights.
Let's do the thing we do, where Kevin pulls up what the game thread was saying live before anybody knew how it ended. The panic in real time. Kevin, what do you got?
First one's from Leather_ad3521, posted in the middle of it while it was still 2-0. Quote, "Can we really just score some runs? I mean, it's a bullpen game and it's only 2-0. It would be nice to win the bullpen game if the bullpen is performing."
Oh, that one aged like milk on a radiator. The bullpen was performing, Leather. Rangel was terrific. We just forgot to bring any bats to go with it. You asked for some runs, and the schedule sent you exactly 1.
Next one's a little painful in hindsight. Magoat_ the white, while it was still close, quote, "Notable Christopher Sanchez trade piece, Curtis Mead with his 12th homer of the year." Good for him. We got Sanchez back in that deal, so I'm fine with this.
Fine with it in the 2nd inning. I wonder how fine he was in the 7th when Mead hit the 2nd one. The 2-run shot that buried us. Good for Curtis Mead, genuinely. He had himself a night against us. That's the kind of thing the baseball schedule does on purpose.
And the last one's just pure joy, one word, posted the second the ball left Marsh's bat. From JB254, quote, "Marshy, exclamation points."
Marshy! That's the one honest emotion in the whole thread. For about a minute and a half there, when Marsh went deep and made it a 1-run game, this whole region thought we had something. We did not. But Marshy, yes. Forever Marshy. All right, let's slow it down for the part of the show that doesn't care what the scoreboard said tonight. The past and the future. The past tonight is a name some of you will smile at and the rest of you forgot we ever had. Michael Lorenzen. He's out in Colorado now, a Rocky.
He is. And it's been a hard year out there in that altitude. 17 outings, 16 starts, 2-9, an earned run average north of 7. Colorado is where pitching goes to get humbled, and it's humbling him.
It is, but Craig, I'm allowed one warm memory, and I've got exactly one. The night he came to Citizens Bank Park in 2023 and threw a no-hitter in his home debut. I was there in spirit. I had chills. We didn't keep him long. He was a rental, and I don't ache about it. But we'll always have the no-no.
That's the right amount of feeling for it, Jack. One unforgettable night, an honest goodbye, and no reason to relitigate the rest.
Now the part I actually love. The future. Give me the farm, Craig. Lead with the man at AA, because I've adopted him.
Then we started reading with Braydon Tucker. 26 years old, undrafted, and still the best story in the system. 11 starts, 6-4, a 172 earned run average, over 62 and 2/3 innings, 55 strikeouts against 20 walks. He's pinned at AA for now, but a 1 in front of an ERA at any level will get a man noticed.
A 1 in front of the ERA. I'd drive to reading on a work night for that. Who's behind him?
Down at Single at Clearwater, Kate Obermueller, 22. 5 starts, and the number that jumps is 20 strikeouts in 12 innings. The earned run average is still settling in, but the swing and miss is real, and it's loud.
20 punch-outs in 12 innings is the kind of ratio that makes a scout cancel his dinner plans. And a 17-year-old Craig Tell them about the baby.
Francisco Renteria, down in the complex, 17 years old, and he is mashing. 60 at-bats, hitting .383, on base .464, slugging .633, an on-base plus slugging over 1,000 at an age where most kids are studying for a driver's test.
17 and slugging like that. That's the one I dream on. And one quick note, we've got Gabriel Rinconez Jr. just getting started up at High A Jersey Shore. A few games in and still hunting his first hit at the level, so we'll check back on him when there's something to check. But the headline's the same as it's been. Tucker at Reading, a strikeout machine at Clearwater, and a 17-year-old in the complex who isn't real. The cupboard is stocked, Philadelphia. Let's get back to the phones, and these calls go wider. The whole season, the standings, the shape of the thing. Kevin, open the lines back up.
You got it, Jack. Reggie in Camden's been holding since the 7th with a legal pad. I can hear him flipping pages. He's first.
Captain, Reggie, across the bridge. I'm not going to yell tonight. I'm going to teach. We're a game and a half up in the wild card. Good. But the run differential crept back to -7 tonight, and the Nationals are 6-4 in their last 10 in a game and a half behind us. You see the shape of that, Cap? The cushion is real, but it is thin, and it is being leaned on.
I see the shape, Reggie. A team behind us playing well in our own division. What's the prescription?
Same as it's been, but louder. Tonight was a bullpen game because the rotation's got a hole in it. You don't paper over a hole with a bullpen game every 5th day. You make a call, one arm at the deadline, a real starter, and this thin little cushion turns into a couch.
I'll give you the logic, Reggie. It's sound. A bullpen game once is strategy. A bullpen game every turn through the order is a leak. Whether the front office spends to fix it is a different question than whether they should.
They should, Craig. Write it down. Make the calls, Cap.
Reggie wants a starter gift wrap by the deadline. No Ted and seconded.
Jack, Lou, Fairmount, a bullpen game. In my day, we didn't have a bullpen game. We had a man, and the man pitched. And when he got tired, he pitched some more. And then he died on the mound, and we buried him out by the bullpen.
Lou, that's grim, but I think I follow you.
I'm making a point, Jack. This opener's business, this one inning, and we hand it off. It's bookkeeping. It's accountants running a ball club. You used to know who the pitcher was. Now I need a program and a flow chart to figure out who's throwing in the third.
To be fair, Lou, the man who opened tonight, Tim Mayza, was the one who took the loss. So the bookkeeping at least assigned the blame cleanly.
Small comfort, Craig. Small comfort. In my day, the loss had a face. Now it's got a spreadsheet.
Lou misses the days of one tired man and a face for the loss. Some nights, Lou, so do I.
Jack, it's Dave, Bucks County. I want to say one calm thing in defense of Kyle Schwarber, because I can feel everybody sharpening the knives over an 0 for 4.
Go ahead and defend him, Dave. The floor is yours.
2 strikeouts, no hits, a quiet night against the lefty. I know, but this is the man who carries us in July. You do not panic about Kyle in June, because a soft-tossing lefty had his number for one wet evening. He's going to hit 30 more homers, and you're all going to forget this happened.
That's a reasonable defense, Dave. 1 0 for 4 against a tough lefty matchup isn't a trend. It's a Tuesday. The strikeouts come with the slugging. You take the whole package or none of it.
The whole package, Craig. Exactly. I'm just asking people to be kind to a great player on a bad night.
Dave, the defense attorney for every slumping star in the lineup. We need you on nights like this. Thank you, brother. Now, Kevin's gone quiet back there, and I've learned that quiet Kevin is a Kevin sitting on something. Kevin, I can see it on you through the glass. What is it?
Okay, so I wasn't going to say anything, but I pulled the broadcast feed before I did, so hear me out. Did anybody notice the score bug glitched in the late innings? The little graphic showed a runner on first base when there was nobody on first base.
I did not notice that, Kevin, because I was grieving.
Right, well, I noticed. And here's the thing. A score bug doesn't invent a base runner out of nowhere. That graphic is fed by a live game state data stream, so phantom runner means the data stream pushed a game state that didn't match the field, which means somewhere A system was modeling a version of this game that was a half step off from the real one.
Kevin, a graphics computer in a production truck, hiccuped the way graphics computers have hiccuped since the invention of the graphics computer.
A hiccup is just a data error somebody chose not to chase down, Craig. I'm not saying the Nationals were running a predictive model of the game a half inning ahead and it leaked onto the broadcast. I'm saying the phantom runner had to come from somewhere and nobody's explained where. That's all. I've said my piece.
Kevin thinks Washington's analytics department haunted our score bug. On a 4-1 Monday, I'll allow the man his theory. It's the most entertaining thing that's happened since the 7th. And the inbox stays open all night. Jack at thecaptainjackshow.com, win or lose. Now, we always make one call to a player who absolutely is not the player. Tonight, after the only swing that mattered, there's only one man to dial. Kevin, get me Brandon Marsh.
Dialing Marsh now, Jack.
Hello.
Brandon! Captain Jack, you hit the only homer of the night for us. Broke up the shutout in the 7th. Is this Brandon Marsh?
Yeah, that's me. Today, sure. What's going on?
Talk to me about that swing, Brandon. A solo shot to right to make it a one-run game. For about 90 seconds, the whole city believed. What were you sitting on?
Yeah, the homer. That was good. Hey, real quick, you ever been down to the Pine Barrens at night? Because I'm heading down there as soon as we land back home, and I got a thing about it.
The Pine Barrens.
The Pine Barrens, Craig. The Jersey Devil. People laugh, okay? But there's a creature down there, hooves, wings, the whole deal. And the sightings cluster right after a wet spell. And it rained tonight. You see what I'm saying? Conditions are perfect. I got a thermal camera and a folding chair in the truck already.
Sure, a folding chair for the Jersey Devil. So the homer, Brandon, number 10 on the year. That's a real bright spot on a rough night. You feel like you're swinging it good?
Yeah, swing's fine. Hey, what did we lose by? Somebody said it was close. I had one earbud in checking the weather down in the Barrens.
We lost by 3. Brandon, 4-1.
3. Oof. Well, that's a tomorrow problem. Listen, I gotta run. The window for the Devil closes when the ground dries out, and I am not missing it twice. Good talking, Jack. Bye.
And he's gone into the woods. I'm gonna be honest with the people. I think that may have been a fake Brandon Marsh.
The real one hit the only homer we had, and that fella's bringing a thermal camera and a folding chair to a swamp to wait for a winged horse.
So, no.
At least he checked the weather. For the Devil, not the game, but still. All right, let's see what the post-game internet made of this one.
Hot takes from the masses, Jack, straight off the Our Phillies post-game thread. And I'll tell you up front, this is a calm crowd tonight. First, goodnight Murdoback, quote, first game of a road trip off an electric homestand, rain-delayed bullpen game facing a lefty. Yeah, the Phillies were never winning that game. At least Rangel looked serviceable.
You know what? That's not a hot take. That's a scouting report written after the fact, and it's correct. We came off a great homestand. Traveled, sat through a rain delay, ran a bullpen game, and drew a lefty who was locked in. Dubak lined up 5 reasons we were cooked and signed it with a compliment for Rangel. That's the most clear-eyed thing anybody's said all night.
Next, MJD 1977. Finding the silver lining, quote, bright spots, Rangel 1 run over 5 innings, Marsh breaking up the shutout, and flush the rest, and do better Tuesday.
Flush the rest and do better Tuesday? I want that stitched on a pillow. That's the whole episode in 9 words. Rangel was good, Marsh went deep, and everything in between goes down the drain, and we never speak of it again. MJ gets it.
And the last one is the voice of a man who has watched a lot of baseball. Charming Dash Mix 1315, quote, 162 games. Sometimes your team just doesn't have it. Get them tomorrow.
162 games, and sometimes you just don't have it. That's not surrender, that's wisdom. You can't win them all, and the schedule won't let you try. Get them tomorrow. That's the take, that's the attitude, and that's the right way to put a quiet Monday to bed. We're at the end, Philadelphia, and even on a loss, everybody gets one cut. It's the callers walk off. 1 line each, no introductions. You're up for the walk-off. Swing!
Foster Griffin, 88 miles an hour, 9 strikeouts, and I still don't know who he is. And that's the most insulting part of the whole night.
Step in, swing.
A bullpen game, an opener, a flow chart for a pitching staff, and somewhere a real starter is rolling over in a recliner.
Next at the plate, swing.
Rangel, 5 innings, 1 run, 4 punch-outs. That's your audition tape, and I want him starting before July. You heard it here.
You're up, swing.
Kyle goes 0 for 4 one time, and the city panics, give the man his 30 homers, and call me in August.
Walk off, swing.
A game and a half up, -7 run differential. The gnat's breathing down our necks. Make the calls, Cap. Cushion needs stuffing.
Last one, swing.
2 double plays and a loss, dear. That's how a season starts to tip. But you get them tomorrow, and I'll be watching calmly.
That's the walk-off, folks. And only Dolores can wish you goodnight in a slow collapse in the same breath. All right, Philadelphia, let's bring it home. And tonight, we bring it home a little quieter than we'd like. Phillies won, Nationals 4 at Nationals Park. A rain delay, a bullpen game, and Foster Griffin with 9 strikeouts over 7 1/3. The bright spots were real, though. Alan Rangel, 5 innings, 1 run, out of the pen on short notice. Brandon Marsh, a solo homer to break up the shutout. You hold on to those 2, and you let the rest go.
That's the night, Jack. We didn't have it, and the box score says so plainly. But we're 42 and 36, still second in the East, and still a game and a half up in the wild card. The Marlins lost too, so the standings held. You lose one to a team that's chasing you. You don't love it, and you come back tomorrow.
One more time, the email, jack@thecaptainjackshow.com. Tell me Rangel earned a start. Tell me how far Renteria is going. And don't forget the farm on a down night, because that's exactly when you need it. Braydon Tucker, a 172 at rating. Francisco Renteria, 17 years old, slugging over 1,000 in the complex. The future doesn't care that we lost a bullpen game in the rain.
Flush this one and get them Tuesday. That's the only thing to do with it.
Flush it and get them Tuesday. For Craig Nicholson, for Kevin and his haunted score bug back there on the board, I'm Captain Jack. Alan Rangel dealt in long relief. Brandon Marsh broke up the shutout, and the Phillies dropped the opener but kept their cushion. Good night, Philadelphia, and we'll get them tomorrow.